for real. So it's definitely going to be another decent spread for some of these players, but obviously we're going to see some immediate fights happen here. And let's hope that some of these players here that were kind of getting out early will maybe get a little bit of some redemption.
Reishi looking for Frostbus here into the Contain Courtyard. Now, Frostbus does have dual halberds, so he's looking for those staggers. Both of these players looking for the blue berry coming out here from Frostbus as the F2 investment is coming out from Reishi. Finds a stairwell and climbs up right into the second floor. Looking to try to find himself an armor swap if necessary, or even some gear that can kind of turn the tides around in this fight. Now, there's a great sword here, but Pitter Patter is more important here. Is Reishi looking for it? Dodges the R&B coming out from the blue focus. There's another R&B release coming out from Frostbus. He's looking to try to spam it out here. There's a whole check coming through. There's the F1 in the opposite direction. You can see Reishi getting caught to another R&B coming out from the halberds. And an LB uppercut. F2's back up for Reishi. He's looking to disengage this completely and trying to find another armor onto the first floor where he was able to kind of spot one out. Doesn't find it. Tries to figure out a position and trying to get to the armor to the corner, but I don't know if he's looking towards and seeing that because Reishi gets parried out here from Frostbus. Frostbus can catch this for free with the R&B, and that's going to be the first elimination of this game. Frostbus picking up his first kill, and then into this area over by the end of the dunes. You can see Exen getting eliminated here from J-Team's pace for the first elimination. And there's only been 2 kills so far to this game, Dobby, and we're starting off strong and hot.
We like it. We like it. We like it so very, very much here overall. Especially for Frostbus here. Frostbus definitely wanted to come in with a little bit more confidence here and really wanted to showcase that he has the opportunity here and he knows that opportunity is here. So it's time for him to absolutely lock it in and it's time to get a little busy. Meanwhile, CDY, different area here as he's going to go through his rotations. Now, Frostbus obviously able to get the first blood, which is fantastic. Let's see if he's going to take that momentum and continue onwards with it as well. These players, it's definitely not immediately fighting this out here. Definitely taking their time, which is good, though. I hope that more of these players, you know, take their time here. Their sweet willy-nilly time. Doesn't necessarily have to force a whole lot here, as it looks like Star and Shaw particularly might be nearby, as they are. Not connecting towards the fight, and I speak a little bit too soon here, as one ends up getting carried up top here. Landing up top. Ooh, nice Halberd's return here on GG Shaw here. Now he's dangerously low, and he ends up getting caught by CDY. Oh, beautiful return off the parry here, but it gives some time for him to pick himself back up and continue to fight this out. CDY trying to fight this out. Star's not looking good. Beautiful parry to disconnect and Fang on the other stretch. Oh my goodness, it's a massacre. Star ends up getting pushed, and Shaw ends up catching the elimination, and now he's going to go for the quick escape.
That's tough. That's tough. Star was kind of in a 5-man position of just trying to avoid a guy, you know, 5 guys trying to essentially back off here. And you can see GG Shaw here has ultimate just to come up through pause. Well, Frostbus has himself caught into a forbidden seal. You're going to see Pace looking for this charge. Hold L and B gets caught into the parry here as Pace is going to be looking to try to pick up his weapon into the zone. Maybe not the best decision here, but Frostbus gets caught into the LMB. The uppercut comes through. There's going to be a dash away from this position. The trap is activated, but Pace is looking for the scare rushes across this whole Windy Stones area. Now, Pace gets caught into another parry. Unfortunate. He forces his F2 usage, but you can see the dash LMB from Frostbus finds the second elimination into this round. And of course, finding himself into this corner by the Windy Stones while the Forbidden Seal is still active, players could go ahead and resound towards that area. Now, in Cinnabar Valley, we have 4 players. One is dissipating from this fight. CDY is actually looking to try to get out of here towards Moonfall Pass. We do see Fang finding that puzzle spawn. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We can see Fang having a gold staff in tow. Finds out AS, looks to try to confirm for this. Now, Fang does not have any eliminations here, but you can see the amount of damage from a gold staff is going to be putting on here. Fang finding a lot of HP damage coming through. There's a V1 proc coming out from AS. He's trying to keep himself sustained throughout this whole engagement. Other players are looking for range shots. They're making sure to be careful about whether or not they can go ahead and be in a close quarters position, because if a third party comes in here for a pitter patter like Fang, who can get that pitter patter off of a staff, no one's safe. Now, he goes ahead and releases these LMBs. He's going to catch the uppercut against AS, but R&B comes out for release. AS is looking for the kill here as GG Shaw is going to be very careful about going through and trying to keep this chase momentum up, because Fang is going to be in first place here, but he's going to be right ahead and keeping eyes out behind him. CDY forces the F1 here for the combo breaker. You can see in the background, look for heals. F2 initiated here from Fang, as we saw. He's just trying to be as careful as possible. He's got V2 ready to go. If he finds the opportunity of having to use the burn to confirm the kill, he will use it. And of course, he does have a gold weapon, so that scales with his ultimate. Now, Fang has to worry about AS's position, because now he's between 2 Zipings who could look for the consolidation between this fight, between a single, unknown variable into this position. Fang looking to keep his high ground position and keeping eyes on ears everywhere around the positions in case if anyone is looking for the background and trying to quickly find the snag with a pistol shot or even to a bow shot. We're going to see Fang just drop right into the middle of all this action here. He's going to look for the lowest self target. He doesn't catch any sort of grapples to kind of confirm the HP bar, but he does get caught with his LMBs from Railgun. CDY arriving to the fight. GG Shaw low. He's gonna have to force the ultimate AES, and instead is gonna be the one target here that could be focused out here. There's the army release, and everyone's gonna catch these burns, and there's gonna be GG Shaw getting the elimination inside of fight mode. Hottie, DRG Fung looking to try to look for this level 3 charge as well for any escaping targets. GG Shaw in flight form. You can see Fang is focusing onto these sipping yings. He's got himself looking at red, and he's focusing onto the green. You can see him looking to try to look for the level 3 charges against the zipping yings. They're not ready for it. No parries coming out here. Fang is just looking for slashes. He's looking for a railgun, and level 3 charges come out here for this confirmation as he's looking to try to pick it up. Shaw is right below on the par, but a parry coming out here. Akame is dangerous. Fang looking for the grapple here. LMB ain't happening. No parry opportunity met, but he's looking to try to go for the RMBs. He gets parried. He loses the gold payback. PUI is looking for the chase here, and he's going to lose this kill against Railgun Dobby, and I don't think he's going to be able to catch it unless he catches the RMB right then and there, but Shaw steals the kill from his hands.
Meanwhile, they're still continuing the fight here, but it looks like Fang actually ends up getting some payback here and steals the elimination away from him. So I actually want to go back just to like a split second here. I wish we could do a fast replay. Did you notice how S-Rail almost had a shot of escaping that because Fang ended up parrying Shaw in the midst of that chase, and then immediately while going through that ends up getting parried back by the same person that he parried earlier just to lose that fight, and then ends up finding the momentum to capture and steal the next elimination after that. It was a back and forth pit for pat on each side here, and he really was trying to continue to make that happen here, but man, absolutely was able to like rock that out here. It was actually really impressive, honestly.
It's tough though, because we just saw Fang get eliminated, bro.
I know. Oh, no. I know. Trust. Now it's time for us to get back towards it here. As we're gonna get ready to rock in, Frostivus. Looks like he's gonna decide not to go airborne with his other player, trying to see if maybe he can get some pistol shots here. Doesn't it? It wasn't able to connect it at least. Nice back, trying to see if maybe he can use it. Use it as a totem, try to see if he can go for the connection, but not too much here. Nice combo, trying to connect it onto action here with the combo from the dual halberds here. Able to at least connect it here. It looks like he's not going to be able to do enough as the totem is actually able to get him out of that section here. Dangerously low, and now he has to head over towards his here. And now here comes the aggressiveness on each side. Both of them landing towards it. It looks like Frostivus is actually going to land a little bit harder. And the shots are going to pew, 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 pew.
Kaboom.
Ow. This has been brought to you by Naraka Bladepoint. Anyway, trying to see if they can connect it right towards it here. As it looks like Frostivus trying to see if he can run towards it here. Has to be able to maneuver it. Nice backstretch. Trying to see if he can hold strong here. Nice dodging maneuver. Catching action in the air. Dangerously low. Can he get the elimination? Yes, he does. Frostivus is able to connect it. Gets the finish and says, see you later.
Taking him out for dinner, but he ain't paying the tab because Frostbit is coming through here for 3 eliminations so far.
He says, what check?
What check? Walks into the bathroom. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
I remember that.
He does get a gold fan though, and Frostbus is nasty with it. If he looks for the infinites, he's gonna be looking to try to be earnest towards it. And now you can see him out of the Roman Yang up against Juishi. Now, Juishi looking to get caught to these RMBs, gets caught into the 1-2-3, re-release those. Frostbit is looking to try to work out for a beacon drop if you're looking into a parry chance, but he is not going to be successful. Finds a clink off of that one. Looks like a whole blue focus. Finds a parry off of Juishi then, but the F2 is invested as Juishi gets into the ultimate form. This is V2, so he's going to be looking to try to be aggressive with it. And that's the only thing you can do with V2, right? You can't be defensive about it. You're just looking to go ahead and back off and heal. And he's looking to go right back into it and trying to go for those slashes, but he's healing in midair while trying to bait out Frostbit to look for those range shots, right? Trying to invest into those shots, but Frostbus is missing at least like less than half of his shots, right? So he's trying to look towards it and trying to make sure he can get the arrows out of the quiver. Now, Juishi finds his RMB. Frostbus looks for the switch out towards the fan, keeping himself composed here. He's looking to get the opportunity of burning out the combo breaker. But of course, backlines coming back, and we have a whole crew just showing up to the fight here. Everybody and their mom showing up to the barbecue. We're gonna see Frostbus looking for his chance here and getting caught to the crouch LMBs. Arm's gonna be released. If he's looking for it, he's gonna lose his fan because if everything comes out, the horizontal blocking stream's not gonna come out here. Frostbus looking for the beacon drop because of the Justina ultimate coming out. He avoids the first freeze coming out here from Star. As Star has V2 ultimate for the Blizzard for Justina ultimate, he's only got 1 dash left. Frostbus is looking at the time to reset here. Remember, he does have Roman Yang, or he does have the Roman Yang buff such as the Vermilion Bird Smite, so he's kind of good to go in case things get a little bit dangerous. But he's looking to kind of avoid these cannon shots coming out from Akame. He's looking top of the haystack and try to keep confirming these shots. Now, Frostbit's looking for his shots himself, has a gold weapon, so he's going to be dealing a lot of damage to any ground unit targets, but he's looking to focus onto Akame's Fairy Shenmech. Now, Frostbit's going to DMech here. He's going to take the opportunity of going back into ground unit position, go switch it to the pulse ward in case anyone tries to look for those neutral attacks and try to chase him out, so he can go straight into stone form, keep his pressure on. If he needs to release, he does. If he doesn't need to, pulse ward, he allows for him to shunt away and keep his composure. Now, Frostbit does get caught into this parry though. As Space has it into his hands, he's gonna look for the charge RMB and not release it. He tried to bait it out, but gets caught to the RMB and relentlessly. You can see Paige trying to pick up the Sobel if he can, but it looks like Zhui Shi still hasn't gotten the Sobel left yet for his Romuang depletion. So he's also hunting for this. He finds LMB from Pace. Let's take a look, see he finds the Sobel. He is successful in doing so, and he's gonna get himself out here if he can, just to avoid this fight's coming through. In the meantime, that is Exen being very careful because he's got 2 minutes on the clock, Dobby, for that Romuang depletion to get rid of.
It's a lot here to really squeeze it out. I mean, there is an opportunity here. I believe they definitely can be able to close that out here, but let's see if they can keep that happening here. They're going to try to see if they can rotate this around. S-Rail, Akame. It's like they might be able to push in towards this. Action has a little bit of time. Akame is going to need to fight this out here. He needs to get an elimination here, but it's not going to be easier as he ends up getting parried by Action. Action trying to keep the same aggression here, trying to connect him. You have to be careful. Oh, Akame with a beautiful parry. Nice reset coming through on both sides here. You have to be careful there. S-Rail getting caught within the same middle section here. Not looking good as Action forces the ulti here and decides he's going to start to scatter away. Dee, 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 dee. Oh, no, Akane's not looking good here. He's going to have to be careful here. Dangerously low. Action. Oh, and it looks like he's able to capture the elimination. He's able to get the heal and is able to dip out just in the nick of time here. Action able to play that role so well, so smooth. Sees the opportunity, though, for that moment, pops the heal, and then is able to end up depleting his shield. He says, no, now's the time for me to really, really keep this going here. And tries to push onwards towards this. Now, S-Rail's caught within the back of Gigi Shaw and AS. Game one's winner. Looks like he's just going to hang time real quick. Go for a quick heal. Keep it moving. Shaw's going to go for the quick reload. Timing so far here has been really good for some of these players. The third party has been the star of the show tonight. Question is, who's going to be the other remaining cast member of that show?
Season finale on. I can't say the broadcasting
network,
but you know
what I'm saying. Bladepoint. on NBPL TV.
On Naraka TV. Streaming platforms included. Camera.
Imagine.
In a world, 1, 2, 3s are released. But one man, one decision will parry every single one.
With like, the blue focus.
With a blue focus. I don't know who he is, but no one knows who he is, what he's got. All I know is what he's worth, and it ain't gold. It's blue. It's like, what?
Okay, that's a good interview. Was that a good crew interview? I don't know what happened. I just happened to see it, and I saw a dragon in the sky, and I just wasn't ready. It was beaming purple electricity. I wasn't ready. It was something I would listen. Starring Junshi and PST. Let's see who's going to come out on top. In this space here. Beautiful strike. Trying to go down. Nice defense on each side here. Junshi trying to see if they can connect it. PST ends up getting hit with that. Tries to go for the back. Trying to go a little bit defensively. Both holding on a little bit longer here. Nice flight to be able to connect it here. Pops open the ulti here. And now here's that little bit of an impromptu, unrecognizable moment here. Justina trying to see if maybe they can close in the gap here, going for it. Oh, nice dodge, trying to connect it here, trying to see if they can catch him on the freeze. It looks like he's able to. Nice strike. Oh, it looks like it's gonna do a whole lot of damage. Captures the carry. Isn't enough though? No, PST misses out on the opportunity here. 39 seconds left on the clock here, waiting for it. PST trying to hold strong here, but that hottie is too impossible to gauge on when he's going to attack and when he's going to push and continue to fly. And it costs him the finish.
That's tough. But Frostbus trying to catch a situation outside of the fight of the flight mode that is the Fairy Shen mech. He finds a double blue focus release against Star, who had to invest the RMB of the F2, and that's going to be an RMB release. And Frostbus catches these eliminations, man, back to back going through. We do see Battle's Exen outside of this bit of a predicament. He does have to invest his ultimate. He doesn't have Romuang depletion, so he didn't lose any fights. We didn't see him fight, right? So that's the best case scenario, but he's getting focused between 3 targets. They're going range game. Exen only has time for 1 heal as it comes through here. We're gonna get caught out here for the Fairy Shen, the D-Mech. He's got F1 to kind of reposition to this building, which he can just rotate around here, but he's gonna have to be very careful into the salvation podium area for these scare rushes. So while everything's coming out here, everyone can catch these grapples, catch them on the stagger. You can see Srelgan looking for those downward spikes. He's looking to try to be careful and just keeping that dagger, keeping that fan handy, I should say. Cam 1 is going to be the closest target here, looking for those RMBs, but there's a horizontal release here. As you can see, AS is just trying to catch another one. A parry comes out from Aizen. He looks towards Cam 1, who uses the F1 to catch himself away from that parry animation and gets himself caught into buttery rocks. Aizen is going to get eliminated as a result, and Cam 1 is going to find the soul bloom pickup, and he's looking to heal here. All these players are just being careful around one another just to not invest into a fight, because you can see there's a blister nearby. So they're like, no, let's not hang around for too long. Realm Yang depletion is still in effect for Pace, though. So he's one of the few Justinas left into the lobby. He's got to be very mindful about how he's going to be positioned. He's actually only one of the 2 Justinas in the game that have both Realm Yang depletion currently. So both Justinas have to be able to just kind of work with one another if they are going to look towards a single target. But the problem is that they both have Realm Yang depletion. So it's a one for all, one-man army type ordeal between the two. Now Pace looking for these cannon shots. White Tiger's prowess from Prosperous can keep a little bit of momentum here for that heal back he's getting, and regenerating as the cannon shots are going to be progressively getting worse and worse for him. But Pace has a Aurora Burst. He is Justina. He looks for the RMBs. Jabbing reveal from Srelgan and Dabi. This is going to be a really big engagement between these two teams, because he's got only 2 minutes left, and if he's making this one out alive, he's going to have to catch somebody in the ringer.
Trying to see if maybe something could be able to work a little bit here and maybe get that stretch going here. Trying to see what else is also going to be able to connect this towards it. As Star looks like BBE's Cam and Frosty trying to go through with the maneuvers. Star trying to keep up with this fight here so far. Trying to see if they can come through and connect with the third party somewhere here. Trying to just throw somebody off of their roster. Oh, Star almost getting caught by that, actually. It looks like Shaw's going to be able to catch him on the whirlwind here. It's not looking good. Shaw's going to be able to come through, clean up that elimination, ends up getting frozen in between. This is not looking good for PSD. Star did not get caught in that third party again, as Frost ends up getting an elimination on the PST here. There was so much that happened in a few seconds here, and just like that, one of them is out. Just as fast as someone came in, it's just as fast as someone got out of the lobby, and they're back in the lobby and not playing the game, because man, that was so fast. Star was next. He got caught back in this. He said, wait. Whoa.
Gotta get the Punisher vibes, man.
Don't get caught up in that situation. Listen, that's how you end up getting caught in some bad situations. Okay, you don't want that.
It's kind of crazy though, because Pace invested his ultimate, and he was the first to catch that freeze off of Star, and if Star gets out, Pace is left behind in the dirt, and they just pelted him in the corner. It's tough, because we're gonna have to see how this one ends up, because Frostbite finds at least one elimination in the White Tiger's prowess buff, so he's able to get at least a little bit more mitigation. You can see the 2% and the 3% there. Oh, that's a funny little poke there that was going to come out there, but Frostbite avoids it. He's going to be looking towards the Cinnabar Valley, and having, if I saw that correctly, he's got 45k gold. Chi Shaw is also one of the kill leaders in the lobby. He's got Mortal Defiance on standby. He's got Heartstopper Kick on his build, and I think he was actually able to find Pace's Aurora Burst as well. So for himself, this is going to give GG Shaw a bit more pack-a-punch behavior if he's able to catch any opponents in a spot where they're getting caught into the staggers, and he can just catch a blue focus into that silence, or both silences between both Heartstopper and on top of that Aurora Burst as a hottie. And for a hottie into the end game is kind of predicament on the vertical ground against various Shens, but if it's against, on flat ground against Ziping Yings, oh, he's gonna have a field day, Dobby. That he's this is where the meta is coming into play right now for hotties, where they can just keep that pressure going forth.
Still able to work towards that, though. Let's see if maybe they can keep that momentum. I mean, so far these games have been really, really good so far. I think the expectation of it obviously has been super, super helpful, and still trying to work towards it here. See if they can keep that same momentum here in terms of how to work everything out within the space realistically. Let's see what kind of makes sense for some of these playstyles. Then just kind of go from there. Meanwhile, JJH's Star is going airborne. Goodness gracious. Oh, wait a minute. I see what he's cooking here. Wait a second. Hold on. Let's see what he's cooking. Let's see if it's going to cook even more. Trying to see if maybe he can connect some shots here. Maybe. Gonna try to see if we can move over this. I appreciate the effort, Star. I really do appreciate the effort. I see your effort, and I like it. Meanwhile, Junshi trying to see if he can capture some damage here onto one of those. Meanwhile, they got a full section of loot over there that's ready for and ripe for the taking. Somebody's gonna have to take it. Somebody's gonna have to see that for an opportunity here and kind of go, hey, check this out. Definitely see what's going on in this one. But let's go back to the replays here of inside of the realm of Yang here between Star and Akame here. Star trying to hold it together here. Ends up getting hit though by the staff. Not looking good as he's trying to dodge it. Nice movements. Oh, Akame able to dodge that dangerously low here. It's not looking good for him. As he ends up catching with the connect here, Justina. Oh, beautiful ulti here to catch the first one. Ends up catching him with the juggle, and it looks like he's able to capture the infinite almost. Goes for it and gets the finish. Star was on the wrong side of the tracks with that fight here, but was able to actually really be able to complete that towards the end here. Well done observation and a well done moment here overall. Looks like CDY was able to get some pretty good stuff as well here from that loot. Hopefully he was able to get something good overall. Now he's able to go through towards the next one here. Let's see if they can find it.
He's gonna be very careful about this. GG Shaw looking towards his corner. He's trying to protect his own domain as Srailgun's in the distance, trying to heal some back from the damage that's being dealt. But Shaw's looking towards a Heartstopper kick as a way of close gapping the distance. Now Shaw has around 9 armor powders. He's got 4 vitality. He's got to be careful about this Rupture Gale Lord that's being procced here. So that way he can kind of restore. If he had a tuna, it would not be a problem. Not in the slightest, unless he's getting caught out by a corner and trying to heal that up. But final movement into the game, going to be separating all the players from the center of this whole entire circle. We are going to take a chance, of course, with everything coming forth. Juicy looking to try to get himself in a spot where if he does get his dual halberds in the play, he could find these eliminations off the board from a quick R&B steal. Now, of course, he does have himself into a Rupture Gale Orb with a burn, so he is able to get those cannon shots to confirm off of the range. If he is able-bodied to do so, he will look towards it. That's why he would try to carry as much repair chest in hand as possible. But Srailgun looking a little bit teeter-totter in terms of the supply department, right? Got 8 grapples, got 4 healing berries, got 4 armor powders. Gotta have to be careful, but even though he has F1, if he loses the investment of his F1 for a dodge instead, he will be able to catch himself in a spot where he'd rather not be in, which is in the low resource department into these final 5 minutes. Now, Frostbite just revealed that he does have a stanchion Sky Pillar. Anyone in the vicinity will try to look for a chance for pairing, unless he looks to use that to his advantage, of course, using it as a hold check opportunity, or even for a setup for a Crouch LMB, and even being careful about whether or not he's going to be able to look forth in the final circles of catching everyone in a silence position of not being able to activate ultimates as well as with skills into the position. So for CDY, that's for a Farrier Shen, especially, that's worst case scenario because she won't be able to use a combo breaker. She wouldn't be able to use a beacon drop. She'll just be caught into a perpetual motion. Shiji Shaw finds an armor swap that is being left behind in the corner. She looking for those cannon shots with a common rarity. So the only reason I see that is definitely because of the for the flame breath for that proc and just be able to kind of burn off supplies for the opponents. And he's looking to try to close the gap this while AS is into the height of that pillar onto the rocks to the rock face. He is going to be into the most distant position across the board between all remaining 7 players. Now, being careful enough, right? This is the game sustained coming through for this end, and anyone in the lobby can kind of focus onto one target if the range shots come off. But if Srailgun is careful to go through here and not get picked off, he could just look to try to disengage from this whole position towards the Salvation Podium. And then Star keeps his hidden spot that he's kind of locked away and tucked away in the corner and have his blinking and his warm cup.
All Frost has to do is look down. All he has to do is look down, and he sees it.
Oh, he's falling down.
Wait.
No.
Now,
crazy.
Frosty. All you have to do is look down. He's right there. It's a free headshot. Forces Star out of that position, and all of a sudden he's scrambling. Shaw's waiting for the connection here. Trying to see if maybe he walks out, but he's not going to do that. He said, no, I'm not coming outside. I'm good. Meanwhile, overall here, with that amount of connectability here, there's still an insane amount of movement overall. 20 seconds left on the clock for the circle to start to close in. This is where things get really good for this last chance qualifier. We are in the last chance qualifiers, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome to Naraka Bladepoint Pro League. We're in the last chance qualifiers for 6 players to qualify here for their chance to be a part of the pre-finals tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
2 days.
Friday. In 2 days. And then they got to fight it out yet again for their shot at the grand finals in 2 weeks' time. So a lot of momentum coming into this, and obviously the final circle is going to be a little bit more on this open area here towards the sand. So it looks like it could be a little bit of a vertical play depending on who plays it. Most likely everybody's going to be playing most likely up top. Definitely does not want to force that.
Yeah.
Let's see where that opportunity really does arise for some of these areas. So far, though, timing could be a little bit better, but it's all right. They're not going to force everything, not yet. Slowly starting to close in. Still with that top section here. Oh, no. Oh, almost waits for the pullout. I thought there was at least a moment here, but decides not to here. She still has a shot here. Whoa! AS ends up getting flown a little bit towards the bottom. S-Rail has that full back section to himself here. Doesn't really have to force anything if he doesn't need to, but he's gonna have to if he wants to get at least something here. Oh, and AS ends up walking into that. What are you doing, sir? Just walks into that absolute monstrosity of an absolute attack. Blue focus, talk about a gold focus in that moment here. Meanwhile, CDY is caught in a corner here. Same with S-Rail. Or no, same with Junshi, actually. S-Rail's on the other side. And same with AS. I'm surprised they're not fighting. They're both equally on each side of each other. They're just deciding, nah, we're just going to wait, let them fight it out. We don't really need to get that aggressive here. 17 seconds left on the clock for everybody. Because now their rotation is going to start to go in. They're all going to have to force it out throughout each space. Carryable moments from all different likes, and it looks like GG Shaw has such a good opportunity in his hands here for a really big opportunity here. Let's see if he's going to take advantage of it. Circle slowly starts to close in, forcing the gap to close little by little for each player. Trying to see if they can capture a moment within this fight here. GG Shaw's making it impossible for anybody to really be able to get up top here. Meanwhile, the ulti comes out, trying to see if maybe he's going to time it. Frostivus trying to see if he can hold strong here. GG Shaw waiting for the strike to come down here just a little bit, waiting for somebody to walk into it. It looks like he's able to get somebody, potentially. Oh, GG Shaw ends up trying to wrap around this. And it looks like some of them are going to go absolutely airborne as Frostivus is just looking at this like a free gun range here, trying as much as he can here. Both of them going airborne, sending so many players outside of the circle, preventing everybody from going in. Justina able to free so many players at the same time. Hadi trying to hold strong. GG Shaw is able to capture elimination. There's so much explosions happening at the same time. Everybody trying to keep up. Frostivus gets eliminated by Shaw. So many hits from Shaw at the very end. Does he clutch it though? I think he might have potentially